In our head and cam packages, I wanted to explain a little bit more. When we do our head and cam package, the entire motors comes out, the trans goes on the ground. We're looking into replacing the clutch. All the AC O-rings get replaced. The AC system gets totally worked through and done. When we pull the motors out, everything gets cleaned. All the gaskets on the engine get replaced. The transmission comes out. We check the clutch. We typically put new clutches in them. We go through the entire car and make sure that we do everything that we can to make sure that they are updated and as freshened up as possible. You shouldn't be experiencing any leaks or anything else like that in that sense. We add the motec system, which adds traction control. It adds fuel pressure sensors, so if the fuel pressure ever drops, it's protecting the motor. We also add in upgraded oil pressure sensors, so God forbid you ever lose oil pressure on one of these, the motec is going to protect it. It's all key to that motec because it's helping protect the investment of all the work that you're going to be doing to this car. We do everything in this car to make sure that we update it into 2025 standards. Even with our stage 2 cams that we put in these, you still maintain that really good drivability that you would expect out of a stock car. But as soon as you get in it, it's like a whole nother animal. So there's gonna be a lot of learning that Jake's gonna have to do, but when he takes it out to NVE, we're gonna get him on the track and we're gonna really get him taught on how to handle the car the way that it needs to be handled, especially now with the upgraded power and all the other niceties that he's gonna be able to experience. So with the camshafts we put in these, our custom grind is a little bit over 600 lift. When Dodge built these motors, especially in the later model Gen 2s, they were called the cream puff motor. So they put a emissions friendly cam in it, they put fast bleed lifters in it. In our head and cam packages, we put a slow bleed lifter in it along with our cam. This car specifically has Bellinger headers, high flow cap, and the customer actually still has his stock exhaust. So in the grand scheme of things, this car is actually really livable. You can drive this thing across the country at this point. There's not much drone in the car and it's not super loud, but it still gives you the nice lope and everything else that you would expect to hear out of a head and cam car. Back in the early 90s, the hoses that they used from the top of the fuel pump to the top of the fuel tank weren't necessarily rated for ethanol. And nowadays you have ethanol in your fuel, which is another one of those things that we update. This car specifically also gets all the fuel injectors cleaned and flowed. We have found that you can use factory injectors on our head and cam packages without a problem. This car has the Bellinger headers with high flow cats, and like we were stating before, it does still have the factory exhaust, which keeps it quieter and keeps it a lot more user friendly if you want to drive it across the country like this guy may be doing. So on all of your factory Gen 2 cars, factory PCM is mounted behind this plate. You still need to use them with using the motec. It still does your door locks and your dash and all that fun stuff. This is where we mount our motec. We mount them over in this position because it fits well with the factory PCM, but this is what does all the traction control, all the engine management. It totally transforms the car, and once one of these is in it, it makes the car drive better than it did stock, even with a pretty radical cam in it. We make sure we rework the entire cooling system. That means the radiator gets recored with the 3-row radiator. We're doing all the heater hoses and radiator hoses. It means we're doing our Havoc upgraded water pump because the factory pumps are very common where the impeller will actually separate from the shaft, and then it's not going to cool the car. You're going to start to overheat. It gets all the coolant temp sensors replaced. It's doing everything to update the car so then we don't have to have a problem later on in the future. And that's what we want to focus on and always practice here at Havoc Performance. All right, let's do a pull.